Hello. You're here, and I seem to be covering you. Hold on.
I might be right behind you. Yes, I am.
There we go. Hi, everyone.
It's been a bit. Mentioned, that's the intro song hypes me up every single time. I haven't heard that song in a month. Makes me put me in a good mood each time. So, patting my own back, I know, but I love that song.
It is such a nice song to start streams every single time. Every single time.
So, hi everybody.
Hi. Yeah, we are live late today. Mostly, well, we were supposed to do a stream much more earlier, but because of my current health right now, I have to take things slow, okay? Gotta make sure that I'm in tip-top shape. Otherwise, there won't be a stream at all. Don't forget to post your live. Fair enough.
I can quickly mention that I don't know how, but every now and then either of us seems to be dying, and somehow we still make it at the very last day of the month.
The consistency there. The consistency is there. That is, yeah. Where did I put the fetch lives thing? Anyways, hi, hello. It's the first time I've been streamed for quite a while too. So
likewise.
Yeah, Just to let you guys know what happened. Basically, for a week ago, almost a week and a half ago, I was hospitalized. So, yeah. Turns out it was like at first it was just a regular high fever, right? Like high fever, severe high fever. I was burning up like crazy, and there's something I ate that definitely made my own state much more worse than normal. It was the kind that I would be sent to intensive care for. So it was not fun. Basically, extremely severe food poisoning. For 5 days straight, I was just throwing up air, and always nauseated, and was not fun at all. It was not fun at all. To get past aside that, we're here now. I'm okay. I'm fine. I could eat in small amounts, and that's good. I'm fine now. Today we're making clothes today again for Fetch, and we're going to make an awesome set that's like pretty cool, and I need to show you guys what it looks like while I'm digging over here on what things should look like. Yeah.
I believe you're side-eyeing, yes, the stream.
Because I'm looking up where the thing is. I'm looking up where the thing's in.
In my case, instead, I'm normal, I guess. I kind of like somehow survived a long journey in Croatia. It was unplanned for, extremely important for me, but very much unplanned for. Just learned about it last minute. It was great. It was a great time. I kind of burned all energies I could possibly have. I didn't even realize it, and basically got sick after going back home.
Yeah.
And both my lips and nose were like not great because I was sneezing all the time. So it took me a whole week or two to actually recover fully.
This is what we're making. Yeah, the Fetch drip. Gosh, we've been sick, so thing has been slow. But we're slowly recovering, and that's fine, and it's okay. It's okay to be slow as long as you don't die, right?
Yeah.
You don't die. Biggest
that's
advice.
That's a good thing to suggest people not to die.
Yeah, don't die. Don't die.
Not very convenient for your survival.
Mm-hmm. I'm really happy today because I really wanted to go to the arcades after like being gone for 10 days.
I really wanted to go to the arcades as well.
Mm-hmm. And I did so. And it's pretty nice. Very nice. I basically spent like about $2.50 for like US dollars, by the way. $2.50 US dollars for the amount of tokens.
That'd be actually.
That is just 3 games. Wait, no, not 3 games. I forgot. Yeah, that's quite a lot. I'm planning to like top up on my amount of tokens for like with $5 next time. Like I always keep like this little money pouch now. Like last time, Raul, like I used to like just buy my tokens in the arcade whenever I want to play. Now I am like
rationalizing it.
yeah, like I like in bulk, so I don't have to like go to the token counter machine and buy my tokens there. I could just walk up to the machine and just play.
Yeah, because even myself, like I have no idea how much I spent at the arcades anytime I go. Like they're designed on purpose to be like that, but so I have no idea if I actually spent a lot of money or not.
Dying is cringe. Exactly. Dying is cringe. Okay.
Also, about the screen time, I almost bet that a couple of people didn't know that, like, finally Americans can watch the stream.
See you, Laroon. We won't be streaming too long though.
Really.
This probably be like one of the shorter streams, mostly because
we've both had long calls.
We both had long calls. We're both tired. I'm still recovering. Like my brain is not all the way there. Like every time we call, like I think Raul would notice it, and like I'm just like constantly drifting off. And it's not like on purpose either. It was just like brain be slow.
To me, you're just less focused. I wouldn't notice it too much. That's definitely less reactive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just like when you're tired at night.
Exactly. I'm getting there. I'm getting back to normal. Like I finally got to the arcade, so that's a big thing, right? that's a big
that way
thing.
It feels like you've been walking for days straight just to reach it.
Yeah.
You've been. No, I forgot the term in English. No. Anyway, too late. Kendox says we're swimming. Yeah, only staying off. Today is Wednesday. So.
The day is now Thursday for me. It is now May 1st. And boy,
day.
I have a lot of things to do today for May 1st.
Happy Worker Day.
Happy Worker Day. I can't stop though.
The grind never stops.
I need to work on my virality stuff. I was supposed to be done on the 22nd.
But guess what?
Guess what? I hate it because like I had like insane amount of momentum on that.
Yeah.
It just gets killed. Just like that.
Better than you getting killed for sure.
Yeah. Better than me getting killed. So yeah, I'm once again like, even though like last year I said I'm not going to be a speaker unless it's a really good theme, and the theme is literally my theme. So like I had so many messages. It's like, hey Wish, it really looks like your theme. Straight up. And like, I'm not responsible for any of this. I've been teased about it. So yeah, I guess I'm doing my talk. And my talk for this year is going to be a little bit of a surprise, so I can't say anything much about it. And it does regard to content creation for VR, and definitely has some self-expression aspects to it.
Quick thing, Wish.
Yeah?
If I remember correctly, a quick way to do shoes for Fech is to actually start by duplicating the impulse in Fetch, and then start from there.
True.
And then like the top, the tip is completely different, but the rest is like follows roughly the same structure.
Yep. I should just do that.
I remember Soap told me about it. Like, yeah, it makes sense, because she's like, yeah, this is gonna be hell to rig otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, yeah, in that case, you basically you transfer as much info as possible to make your life easier.
Yep, pretty much. Huh. That was weird. Alright. Let's just remove all of these materials so we could work on it.
How is wearing gloves?
I just realized these are just Converse shoes, but for Fetch. They're just Converse shoes for Fetch.
Off-brand Converse, yeah.
Off-brand Converses for Fetch. They bought them from China. Yeah, I'm gonna do like the Japanese way.
Look like if they were made by 3D journalists. Just open those because no rigging for that.
Hmm. I mean, technically, I would make this more like from scratch. I'll be honest, but
yeah.
But I'm not making this like I'm not making this as like an asset that people could use. Like, I'm making this for the game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's another
something.
thing I also noticed working with so like recent assets it was making this last week. Like the habit to make stuff versatile, but like in a game you don't really need stuff to be versatile most of the times. And I need it to be yeah, that works well in the specific context it's made for. In that case, you can even optimize it better, since you already know that the plate underneath is never gonna be exposed, for instance.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. I think you both are like in your daily, weekly work. You tend to work more on assets for. How would I call it? The assets for a marketplace as well.
Just VR in general.
Yeah.
Modular, universal.
Yeah, modular.
Beginner friendly. It requires a different mindset to do that, by the way. I could tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm not quite satisfied with how I made this. I'm gonna do something different. I'm getting very hungry, actually. Out of nowhere. Guys, if you recommend a fast food, what would it be?
If you what?
Like, recommend fast food, what would it be?
I still keep choking. I ate a bao a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't as good. A baozi, sorry. I ate a baozi a couple weeks ago. It wasn't as good.
Oh.
Somehow the soy sauce was the thing that was off. Like, how do you fuck up the soy sauce?
Because there's different brands and different types, and some people will just use Japanese soy sauce for something that's not Japanese.
You get it. In Italy, I've only ever tasted one taste for soy sauce, and this time like it was a lot. It had less taste and it was more salty. Like, how did you manage to?
Oh.
Like.
Interesting.
It's part of the meal.
I have no idea. Okay, it's a little bit better. Can I just grid fill this? Kind of. Okay. Considering upgrading my monitors, right now I have like a, let me check my display properties. 22-inch monitor. Tiny. Small. Thinking of making it a little bit bigger. I don't know. My workspace feels like it's like not exactly a good workspace. Although I'm considering getting the standing monitor, like a standing table first.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I wanna do that. Working on something but watching. Okay, fair enough.
Thinking of stuff. Oh yeah, I don't think chat knows, but I began skating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been a recent enough thing that, like, yeah, maybe I started right after the last stream. And actually I'm skating tomorrow. Maybe it's gonna be the first time first time in a while that I actually do on my own. I actually go around the city a little bit. Hoping there's not much traffic. If there's much traffic, I'm just gonna stick around in one place. But the one point is like will be like the University of Rome, which normally is very busy, but since tomorrow is worker day, there's gonna be no students, probably. But since it's like the university campus, it's a gigantic place with parking lots and everything. So it might be a good place to practice.
Yeah.
If it's not, I'm gonna figure out something else. There's other parks nearby. Also, didn't mention with skate I mean rollerblades.
Yeah.
Not skateboards. I always forget because the same term is used in English for both of them.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not quite. Like they have like rollerblading. You know?
Technically, rollerblade is the name of the company, so.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a company.
I didn't know there was a company attached behind it.
My rollers are by rollerblade. Yes, it's like the most famous one, but. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do a comparison, but that's like instead of saying you're playing football, you just mention the name of the company that makes the ball.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I also realized that like after like wait what? Actually, that's just the name of the company. That's not the.
That's wild to me. That's actually the name of a company.
Check on Wikipedia in English how the sport is called.
Okay, good. That's a lot more better. It looks weird. They're gonna reset the vectors for that. There you go. We made socks.
Okay, it's called inline skating. That's the official name.
Inline skating. We're using inline skates.
Which is the ones that have rollers. So, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Good to know. But I love my inline skates. I used to have inline skates. I just don't know where they are now.
A lot of people have done it at some point and then kinda forgot about it. That's what I'm realizing.
Yeah. It's not a common thing. Like, it kind of makes me like. It kind of makes me want to like buy one of those Heelys. Yeah.
I never had one of those as a kid. I wanted one, but like, nope.
Hi there,
also,
good.
I do not grow to thing. Yeah, inline skates. He wrote it first. Also, no, sorry. Fuzzy Bipolar Bear said inline skates, and he also suggested that you eat fried chicken. I am always
fried chicken. Okay, I just had the fried chicken, so no.
Oh, fried chicken.
No, I don't want to eat fried chicken again. I just had homemade fried chicken.
I cannot suggest you barbecue because you're very used to it. You're not gonna get better barbecue. So Game Dogs was saying, he knows he's mentioned this before, but I like watching you do blend work, because like he's learning Blender right now, so it's cool to see other people's process.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
I always use server.
If you notice, I'm just using sculpt mode and I'm not actually using edit mode right now. I'm just getting the shape right and stuff. There we go.
Also, skate parks basically don't exist in my city, which, to be honest, they make the thing more exciting because I just need to find a parking lot. Just need to find a not busy parking, or literally, at some point you just skate anywhere in the city. That's the final goal. Just avoid places filled with traffic.
My mouse finally died.
No!
Time to change batteries.
Or...
Batteries.
Okay, good. How many? Spent the past few days. I spent the past few days writing down places I could skate to, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There you go. It's now alive.
Okay, I planned out 27 places to skate to.
Oh.
The city is big. I don't know if all of them are good, but I just checked places I know and Google Earth and, you know, Street View and everything to see the pavement.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attempt doing one by one until I run out of places.
Lovely.
One of them is like a 15 kilometer ride. So it's gonna be fun if I survive.
Oh.
Summer is coming, so it's gonna be tomorrow is gonna be 26 degrees. In 1 month it's gonna be more like 33. So you know how it feels.
Oh.
It's gonna feel like Manila.
Yep.
So and I remember being foolish and thinking that taking a bike while it's hot is gonna feel nice. No, you're just gonna sweat more.
Yep. Yep. You need to go to Singapore when it's not summer.
What do you mean? It's the same weather every day.
Well, there's like if it's like Manila, there is temperature differences.
Okay, yeah. I thought you said Singapore.
Yeah, I said Singapore.
Okay, yeah, maybe that. I'm checking right now. Singapore is raining every day. It's 30 degrees every day. Incredible. Maximum 30, minimum 28. There's
incredible.
Thunders. How?
Oh, seaside. There's seaside.
Yeah, I know, but like, how is it the same weather almost at night? At 5 a.m. it's 27 degrees. At midday it's 29. Like, how?
Good question.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, good question. That's it. Good question.
In Manila, it's even worse. It's
no. Manila right now is baking.
Raining for 7 days straight. 35 degrees every day. Minimum 27. That's straight up hell.
It is straight up hell right now.
Imagine being unable to breathe because it's hot, and also the air is incredibly damp, and also you might be hit by a thunder. I cannot be worse than this. You're gonna feel wet regardless of situation, even at home.
Yep. The tradition right now in Manila is to make sure that you take a shower 3 times a day.
Oh.
Yep. That's why
Okay.
we got up there.
Tomorrow here it's 27 tops, 11 minimum. Meaning that I cannot wear a single thing the whole day. I need to have a light shirt, sweater, and maybe a jacket if it gets night.
Oh.
And it's gonna feel a little wrong at each time of the day. Because it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold. That's spring. That's late spring in Italy. Feels great though, feels great. Anyway, instead of walking on weather, right before starting the stream we were talking about rhythm games, arcades again. And I was like, showing Wish how the upcoming Sonic racing game is very arcade coded.
It is very much unabashedly looks like straight up someone from the arcade designed it.
And it is the case. It's just the initial developers.
Yep.
Also,
and
Wish,
that's what
I
it
think
looks
I am
like.
fully covered by you on stream.
Oh, I'm leaning in.
It's only one light. Thank you.
There you go.
He just reminded me of the new like get those huge ears away from the screen. Like with the fan neck on the picture. Wouldn't be too far out.
I was gonna be productive today.
Those are shoes indeed.
Yes.
No, they're
they
not
are
fan
shoes.
shoes.
Yeah, and the funny that today I was like, I'm gonna be like very productive today, but I spent most of the day outside. Yeah, that's kind of weird to be. There you go. I was kind of wondering why it was selecting the thing. Oh wow. Well, for using shoes looks kind of funny, and like I'm not used to it. It is kind of weird, but I think it could work, right? Like
What?
like any furry that wears shoes, you know. I think it could work. The only thing you need to take note of is probably expose the paw pads for anyone.
Yeah, and usually yeah.
The reason why you want to expose the paw pads is because, like, compared to us, most pawed mammals sweat through their paws.
Oh.
So yeah.
And also, yeah, it you know, it reminds of the function of paws. If you're completely covering them, it's like, yeah, you're just protecting something that's supposed to be exposed. So,
Yep.
it has implications on the world you're building, if you're doing one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like literally anything when you're designing something. There's always an implication whether you decide to include or change something. The example I always come up with is how like if you add graffiti to a game, you're suddenly telling a lot about that world of. If you just put graffiti for the sake of putting graffiti, you're entirely missing the point of what graffiti are for.
Yep. Pretty much.
So same goes for clothing. Having a type of formal or informal clothing can say a lot. Having impractical clothing can say a lot about the world the character lives in.
Yep. And the biggest questions, how do headphones work?
Yes! I love that one. Earphones are always the solution, I know. They're not a fool.
How does over-the-ear headphones function? And it's like always a pretty good problem to have and to solve.
Yeah, for the character I'm wearing right now, for Rafi, it will definitely need to be like two separate Bluetooth earpieces that maybe cover the whole ear, so they do that little bit of, it's like over ear, like something like over ear headphones, except there's no connecting bit in the middle. Things, the shape of the ears are big enough that they can just be held by the ear itself.
So,
and I like some running earphones, some running Bluetooth earphones you see a few years ago.
I've seen a couple of like different kind of solutions to the same problem, right? Like hook earbuds, they're like the most obvious one, right? But I've seen like people do like a cloth sleeve that you slide over the ear, and that's like the over the ear headphone experience.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know what? No, the solution is just adding AirPods.
AirPods.
Not even scale, like just AirPods. You just put them somewhere in the ear, and that's it.
That's the easy way out, though.
It needs to look funny. You know what? That's actually something
back.
with you, Fetch. Okay. I'm gonna entertain the chat. So chat, I think we need to just have a piece of us new set, clothing set that's really just you're fading away. New clothing set that's just like AirPods for Fetch. It occupies every single slot of every single clothing slot. Which just vanishes indeed. Each lens is larger than the exterior. Yeah, you just had to ask yourself how Michael's glasses work. Yeah, in these certain characters, a lot of things we take for granted, they become pretty hard to use. I mean, how does Fetch put on those shoes? That will remain a mystery. It can be solved for sure, but according to how it's stylized, it's definitely a bit of a challenge. They're just fun shoes, really. Don't worry, we can rough it up. You can rough up your brain. We can unsmooth it. We can triangulate it. Now, Fetch can just bend forward easily, I'm sure. Bird fella helps them put.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
I can tell you're back because you're back in this plane of existence.
Fair enough. Oh. I was just adjusting my microphone. Okay. I think that's good.
Somebody just DM me like
Wow.
a gif of agony saying, I spent 3 hours debugging something. I wrote equal instead of double equal in the code.
No.
That's just painful. I was like, no. I wouldn't be able to go like, no, we'll just go to sleep the moment I realize, like, no, this day is fucked. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, let's make the torso now.
Which while we're gone, I was explaining that putting these shoes on is gonna be very hard for Fech to do, but we're not really gonna worry about that. Because the shape is, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's not that hard, but you know, it's not really comfortable in getting that position. Anyway, short legs, long body, long wobbly body.
Wobbly, wobbly, wibbly, wobbly, timey wimey.
I imagine you more like a cat playing with, making some like. Yeah, imagine a cat just like rotating on the ground, playing with something. Like, you know where cats are like flipping things with their legs sometimes? Can I imagine that? I suppose. Oh, you're making the cape. Yeah, Fech usually wears capes.
Yep. The little ferret wears capes. Despite Edna modes.
Do you think he's smart? I don't really see him as a smart guy, so... Yeah.
No capes.
No capes. It was a really good suggestion though. I still agree with her.
Yeah. It is a very good suggestion.
Also, did Dramis forget that Fech is a tail? No, okay, no.
No?
Okay, it just ends before the tail. Good.
Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Oh. Oh.
It's a pretty interesting thing you're using right now. You're modeling it, I mean.
Well, this is how you model clothes usually.
Huh. Nice. Yeah, I actually don't know that much about modeling clothes. I just know they tend to be a pain.
When you know what you're doing, it's not a pain.
Interesting.
But yeah, like I could see why it's mostly a pain. Like if you're not used to it, then yeah, that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately for Fech, one thing we did is we just hide part of the body when he's wearing clothes. Otherwise, we would have a lot of small inconsistency issues. Oh, probably. Again, don't. But yeah, besides talking of the Sonic racing game, kind of like prepping the stream, I was just reminiscing my love for Trinithan. It's really just like the closest thing I ever got to the love of my life, like love at first sight. Not that, actually, it wasn't at first sight.
It wasn't first sight.
No, I just like, oh, this looks interesting. I don't even think I said that because it looks interesting. He just introduced me to it.
Yeah, it just introduced you to it.
I honestly do not remember anything about that because like my mind quickly became obsessed with it. So I kind of forgot. I remember where it was. I remember the events before, and then I forgot everything else. I still have the videos though, of me playing this tutorial.
Oh,
and
still
I still need to send you everything. I still need to do that. I haven't fully. Oh, actually, speaking of, the other day I posted part of my trip again. Like the Instagram is still catching up.
Oh.
Like on the latest post, it just you know you can pick your first picture out of a bunch. The first picture is about. Let me find it. You know what? I was gonna send you a screenshot. You're not gonna be very surprised, honestly.
Let me see. Oh. Okay, yeah. Gosh, it looks so nice still though.
Yeah, Session Roads Jollibee.
Session Roads Jollibee. Very good. It looks like Fetch is about to go into a boy band.
Yep.
Like part of NSYNC. Fetch is
Yeah,
gonna be part of
I have a
NSYNC.
feeling that, yeah, it's like an 890s boy band.
Yeah.
I think hip hop is still hip. Kind of the.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, dog. Wait, which trip are you talking about? Are you talking about the latest trip? The one I had in the Balkans, right? Which again, I didn't think I'd do it. Yeah, I think I still need to tell you stuff. See you later then. What else? What else has popped up?
Gosh, Junithan.
Yeah.
I can't
was
stop
it
thinking about
I
it.
just remember like something else I did. Yeah, I went to Vatican City. Big trip, right?
Oh, Vatican City. So, really funny thing about the Pope there. So if you guys didn't see my post in Blue Sky, let me summarize it.
I saw it.
So, so the priests, I forgot the name for the
Archivescovi, I think. But I don't know the name in
no,
English.
not like the candidates to become Pope.
Yes, them.
Yeah, them. All right. So they're making a conclave. Basically be inside a little Pope house, and if they've decided, there would be white smoke. If they have not decided, there'll be black smoke.
Yeah.
Apparently, each one of them are very sassy. I was not expect that. I was not expecting them to be very sassy with their own taglines, and so, but the word conclave is key here. So if you have played Warframe before, a conclave in Warframe means combat. So I'm just imagining every candidate to become the Pope is like fighting inside this one Vatican hall to the death until someone emerges victorious.
I can add a small detail. In a few days they're actually gonna be locked in a room until they choose who's gonna be the Pope.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like with the smoke thing.
Yeah. And it's Cappella Sistina, like the beautiful room that everybody goes to see. Like, if somebody's coming to Rome these days, rip to them, because they're not gonna be able to see the most famous room of Italy. But yeah, so like it's literally just a very nicely decorated room, and like gonna be 200 people locked in there, fighting for somebody to become a Pope.
Yeah.
Also, just saying that there's of course thing for different people. One of the most rooted for is the Archbishop. I forgot the candidate from the Philippines, actually.
Yeah, I heard. Which, like, that was not actually something I expected.
I am personally rooting for him. Like, yeah, I want somebody who is not Italian and is not too old and says somewhat nice things.
I didn't realize how much of a good candidate we had until like I saw their values and everything. I was
Yeah,
like,
like,
okay,
yeah, like,
yeah, I
this
was
is like,
actually really surprised.
yeah, me too. Like, yeah, that's cool. Then we need our countries is like people are split between the guy from Bologna is like a really chill guy, and the super serious, super old guy from another city.
I don't know if that guy will ever win though.
Who knows? Who knows? I have no
the
idea.
modern
But
age.
definitely people in my country are just betting right now.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Like, yep, let's bet how long it's gonna take.
They're also betting here in the Philippines. It's really funny, actually.
Yeah. Also, reminder: there's a guy whose surname is Pizzavalla,
Pizza
which means pizza dance. And I just find it very funny that that's just an actual surname.
That is one wild name.
And of course, the one thing I really want to say is, if it's somebody from another country, I want to hear his first words in Italian.
Oh,
Because you know that the Pope must speak Italian. So
right. I forgot about that fact.
yeah, people are like, yes, the whole world might listen to that, but it's still gonna be Italian for some reason.
I think like the Philippine one probably won't sound that bad.
They all study Italian actually. They all have in order to be in the role, but they don't speak it normally because that's not their language. It's kind of like people 100 years ago studying French. Everybody will study French, but nobody will speak it.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, I wanna see it. I wanna be like Asian or African. I wanna see the first words.
That's gonna be wild.
Yeah. But yeah, I can say overall everything is pretty chill. I mean, the man was old, and honestly, the reason why he died is because he was just too active. Literally, he didn't want to stay in the hospital, and I kept doing stuff. So like,
really, that's the reason why the Pope died.
Yeah, basically, like he was sick, and then started going up sick, like lung issues and other stuff, and then he went back to going outside as soon as possible, and held long speeches, and went to the local, what's the name again? Jail, the biggest jail of Rome, and to do his stuff there. Like he did a bunch of things, and then went back to a bunch of churches, then just had a stroke. And literally after he died, like people in relatives of his said, yeah, they called me 3 days ago to wish me happy birthday. And bunch of people like, yeah, he called me a few days ago. Like he was just doing a lot of stuff, but it was old.
Gosh.
So, I guess he kind just overworked, to put it easily. Like, yeah, it's really unusual. But hey, he wanted to, so there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
So yeah. So actually, yeah, on the last day, the tomb was still open. I actually went there to see it because, like, you know what? I've never seen him in person. I need to actually see him dead at least. But yeah, it was a nice day. It was 4 hours of waiting, but yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, the funny thing was getting a random interview from CNN. I wonder if it got aired. Probably not. But it was still fun. Because I didn't know what to say.
Fair enough. That's still wild to me, though. That's wild.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how close I am to this thing, and how many people go here just to visit these places. I'm like, yeah, no, that's literally the backyard. Also, I can tell you when I was in line, there were a lot of Filipinos.
Of course they are. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, like
Yeah, no,
very,
like
very, very religious country. So
yeah, that's why I said
makes
like yeah,
sense.
next time it needs to be Filipino because like that's like the biggest country at this point for this.
Hmm.
And also, as usual, you guys have a really good reputation around the world. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Like you're just seeing like yeah, you guys are chill. That's it.
Yeah, and our reputation even skyrocketed because of the Vitali situation.
They we
Have you
what?
the Vitali situation? Have you not heard of it?
No.
So there's a nuisance streamer named Vitali that came into the Philippines, right? And he was like a very big nuisance streamer in like America, and and they got arrested there and stuff, all of that. And then they tried to pull the same thing because, like, you know, English speaking country, almost the same values as America in some ways. But they forgot about the fact that Philippines also not tolerant of like people being shit.
Yeah, because again, East Asia.
Mhm. So like like it was so wild because he was like talking about like, you're wearing a you're wearing a mask, you liberal dumb fuck, to quote him, and like, you know, the liberal thing and conservative thing does not exist in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist
Like,
in
huh?
most countries.
Like, what's this that we're talking about? And all of that, right? And he was like being a general nuisance. He like stealing officers' hats. He went to a McDonald's and like touched the food without any sanitation and all of that. They're like thinking he will like get away from it. Little did they know that the police in the Philippines was slowly gathering evidence.
Okay, read on Wikipedia. Recorded himself jumping on top of a moving jeepney.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yep. And then
Stealing from a McDonald's kitchen. Like, yeah, no, that's just straight up being a criminal.
yeah, attempted like stealing of like a police motorcycle as well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, a lot.
You're staying in jail for a decade at this point.
Yeah, so like, okay, so and then like he smiles and like does like things with his fingers where like, you know, like he thinks he's like gonna get deported, and he hears the words deported, but the exact words in that hearing was like, we're not deporting him, right? Like he just hear the word deported because like it's all in Filipino, right? It's like, okay, if I'm gonna get deported, it's gonna be safe. He's not gonna get deported. In fact, he just fucked his life over so bad, like really bad. I'm sorry for my words.
Again, I just remember, like, yeah, in that side of the world, if you do something bad, you're gonna get punished quite a bit, actually.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? Like he got away doing it in Japan, right?
Okay.
Like he got away doing it in Japan, like. You know how like sacred their trains there, right? And he was like noisy in the train.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like he just got deported, right? And all of that.
Yeah,
But in Philippines,
back home, yeah.
yeah, Philippines though, no. We may be nice people, but you don't abuse our, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because we are not afraid to fight back.
Yeah, no, I found it very funny, like the combo of, you know, East Asian politeness, combined with the no bullshit South Asian attitude, you know. You combine them both, like, you know, if you do something like this, you're gonna get in trouble. That's it.
Yep.
Even if you got the embassy backing you up. So, that's fascinating. That's absolutely fascinating.
And it's great.
Pending several cases against him under Filipino law. and this was this month.
Mm-hmm. And it's great because you know how horrible like Filipino prisons are, um, and like,
No, I actually have no
well,
clue.
okay, like really bad prisons, like
Yeah.
really bad, no sanitization or anything.
Okay. Okay.
The worst, probably one of the worst places you could probably get jailed in the entirety of the world.
Once again, as far as I know, usually East Asia, you're not gonna get treated nicely in jail. Like, things are pretty harsh. But again, if
Mhm.
you go to a poorer country, things are harsher because the country is poor. Combine the two things, that doesn't sound like a good combo, you know?
Yep. And the fact that Vitaly just like did that.
I'm just checking right now, like, yeah, I get articles saying, when will it be released? And this article is from yesterday, so like it's been a month already.
Then
So-
he'll be released. He'll be gone. He'll be dead before he gets out. That's
Well, it gets out, but like still not gonna be as eager to go anywhere near there or do the same things. So I'm just, I know, I'm kind of happy about this.
it's like
Yeah,
one of those
you're
people
right.
who are like this is what happens if like you live your life and you try to like it's all attention, right? Like you do anything
Yeah,
for attention, right? Including being a menace to society. And by just doing that, I think I think there's a lesson to be had here where, there are limits. There are very much limits.
Okay, no, I'm reading now. Like, yeah, apparently, if you steal a motorcycle, you can get up to a life sentence. And also, the Interior Secretary addressed that no, it will not be reported. It must face the Philippine justice system instead. Like, that's just the words.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like Philippines to me. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
refreshingly so. I don't know. Like, I did not hear. I did not hear about this because I do not check
Yeah.
streamer stuff. I'm glad I
Yeah,
don't.
but like what do you call this? It was very much aired in local television here.
Absolutely, that's good publicity for whoever is running there.
Yep. And it was like a delight to see.
Again, reminding like the whole culture about you don't want to be the person to be shamed on television thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's plenty of entertainment to have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, this is wild. Thanks for telling me. I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
in mind.
Well, as
Oh, yeah,
long as you're like, like we might be lenient on a lot of things, right? We're not super strict on stuff, and we're pretty much friendly.
Mhm.
But if you abuse that, or like basically destroy our trust, yeah, that's the surefire way to like getting shot yourself in the foot, kind of thing.
You know what?
know?
You just reminded me. Let me check stuff when people like ruined monuments here in Italy, because I remember something like this. Tourist. I'm just gonna write tourist Trevi Fountain and see the first article.
Oh, that bad?
Okay, a guy swims in the Trevi Fountain, 500 euros. Yeah, even though he didn't ruin it, he cannot swim there. So that's it. You're gonna get fined. But there were worse things, like people actually painted on stuff, and that went really bad for them, as far as I remember.
Oh,
Really bad for a few years of jail, which means not actually going in jail, but like not being able to leave your home in their home country or stuff like that. So It's always funny, like people think they can do anything. No, it doesn't really work that way.
Yeah. It
But
always surprises me when people do so.
unfortunately,
Like,
I can tell you since I've traveled enough that when people travel, they are much worse people than they normally are. Because
that one I get. Right?
Yeah. The thing is that boils down a lot to the kind of person they are. Because I actually observe people I know, and like, if they're like rude or sorry, kind of like, nah, no, you're not a good person. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you're like getting drunk and shouting in the street of Lisbon, like, yeah, nah, you're not really the best person around. Just because you think you don't live here, you know, like you can make your life worse for everybody else. But it happens a lot. Getting more and more people are getting more and more aware of this because, you know, tourism is increasing in Europe and people are getting fed up with it.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you probably heard this about Spain. People in Barcelona are straight up setting on fire rent cars. Yeah, like that's it. Like, you know what? We don't want you, and they just block entrances to you know, tourist homes or do stuff like this. Like, yeah, just gonna make your stay here miserable so you don't come back. That's how mad some people have gotten. It is definitely excessive, but it is funny. Like, yeah, no, you know what? I'm fed up with tourists. I don't want you.
I wonder if it's American.
It tends to be more targeted towards Americans, yes. Like, usually the stigma is for Americans. Like, even when I'm like, every time I'm in Florence, I see graffiti saying, "Go back home, tourist. Fuck bed and breakfast," and all that stuff. And like, yeah, that's warms my heart, yes. Make sure people feel bad about going to a cheap bed and breakfast in the center of the city. Because, you know, people would love to live there, but they can no longer do that because of tourism. And because of lack of regulations, you know?
Yeah.
So, of course, I got nothing against hotels. Hotels are made for this. You know, they're regulated and everything. But it's definitely... And actually, the thing is, the vibe didn't change. People are still very welcoming of individual tourists. It's like the group that's the problem.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like, it's really hard to explain. Like, if I meet a tourist, I'm gonna help them as much as possible to do stuff for cheap and see cool things. If I hear of, you know, the collective, I absolutely do not want them. It's like the split thing between wanting to welcome people and being overloaded with people at the same time.
Right.
So I want to go to, literally, I have a museum next to my home. It's a beautiful museum, but it's also the most famous museum in Rome. So I've only gotten to go there once. I had to book 1 month ahead. But I live next to it, and I cannot go to it because there's constantly tourists getting every single ticket. And like, yeah, makes sense because it's famous, but it feels unfair, you know?
Yeah.
So that sort of stuff as well. But you know, I kind of grew up here, so I'm used to seeing people everywhere.
Right. There you go. Almost done with this. Anyway, yeah, like the reason why I ask if it's American because they seem to be always the worst offenders.
Oh wait, there's a spam message.
Yep, I see that.
Obsessed a lot.
Goodbye.
Gone. Yeah, you were saying?
Anyway, like it seems to be like the Americans are just mostly seem to be the worst offenders, typically.
I've also heard some places Chinese people have a bit of bad reputation.
Chinese? Yeah, kind of also.
I heard more complaints than tourism. I heard more that like they tend to be loud on planes.
I mean, like they're used to, like Chinese culture where like there's a lot less, restrictions, but it's mostly like the American ones that I've just noticed massively. Probably because like I guess the culture in America is like just
Louder.
louder, wildly different, and even like out of touch with the rest of the world, mostly.
Yeah. Definitely. It's a very multifaceted topic for sure. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it, and like it boils down to cultural differences and like general unawareness or not a lack of care for other cultures. Like I mean, you saw it with me. I kinda knew nothing about the Philippines, and I also was not really careful myself. It's like I assumed that by acting normal, I would stick out a bit, but not too much. And I think I was mostly right. Honestly, my biggest mistake was with interacting on the road. I think that was the things where I acted the worst.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have this habit of signaling when I'm about to cross the street.
Right.
But that can be mistaken for asking for a taxi.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
okay.
taxis don't stop
I remember
in my
that.
country, so.
That I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was that, and also I had never been in a crowded elevator before, so I never actually thought that there were some sort of rules on using an elevator. And you were right. We are absolutely right, because I checked on hotels around. Like, yes, elevators work that way. There's the thing going up and down, and it makes a difference. But I've never seen a crowded elevator, so I never had a problem.
Yeah. Right. So the top's gonna be interesting to make.
Top is kind of like a texture at this point.
It is just a texture mostly.
But we cannot. Okay, we cannot really just do a text.
We could probably do a texture on that.
Trying to think, because the way we do it is that we actually spawn. You know what? Yeah, I think this is the most system compatible way is by duplicating the necessary quads and retexturing that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking already. Just
it's not the most efficient way.
It's not the most efficient way, but it looks fine. It should.
Yeah, because we are using masks and put it something on top. Either the mask is not necessary, but we're always putting something on top, and we are not texturing the original file. Fetch remains untouched.
Yep.
And in this situation, we would actually enjoy the opposite, but I guess that gives you opportunity to put a little bit of edge on the edges. You can have a little bit of like on the collar part. You can actually bulge a little bit. That's what I mean.
This is so small. I don't need to actually have a high-res model.
Yep. No, we're not gonna use an edge either here. Yeah, we're not gonna even use a mask there.
Yep.
Nice. So, something else that's been coming up in my life. I'm trying to think that stuff that's happened to me recently. I mean, yeah, I need to travel around a bit in the coming weeks, coming months, weeks, whatever. But fortunately, after so long, I learned how to do things outside work days, outside important work days, so the team is not impacted by me having a life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. Actually, I need to go. I think I told you, which right? Late next month, we'll hold a lesson at a game academy.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, and like
There we
again,
go.
it's not gonna be a huge thing. It's just gonna be one lesson, but that's the first step to something bigger.
Yeah.
Because I wanna teach. I wanna be a professor someday. Don't know what. Don't know what I'm useful for.
Well, I wish you luck. Being an educator is quite a thing.
You've also had a bit of that, right?
Yeah, I used to teach Blender students, and also like basic game design, and also like teaching the team that's basically gonna be my successor in college. You know?
Nice. Yeah, because you definitely have the. You sound like the kind of person who has got the inclination to teach things, which makes sense given that you stream as well.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Getting tired, and it's been lovely. It's nice to see you all. Hope you guys are having a good time. And yeah, sorry about kind of weird inter-country politics in a way. And
We gotta start the podcast. We gotta start reading the headlines.
A podcast reading the head. I wouldn't mind doing that someday.
An international podcast like this, just kind of random. You're reading Filipino, read Italian, and just try to come up with the topic for the day.
The fact that my sona's name's Luce.
Mascot of the Jubilee. I was so tempted to buy it after I saw his body, but like, you know what? I saw that it was like one made in wood. So I saw it from a friend in Manila, and like, yeah, no, I need to get that one. I need to get the wooden statue.
All right.
So I can put it next to my Korog.
Thank you guys for watching. I don't think we'll be rating anyone today. Let me check.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be one of those days where I just don't.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let me see over here. Yeah, okay. It's not today. Just we're gonna let this die down today. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me and Roll of the day. Get to see some more styles of Fetch and how I made it. And yeah. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Very happy. Yeah.
So see you next month.
See you guys next month. And hopefully it will be a nicer time. Maybe a longer. We'll find out.